Ladies and gentlemen, Tactical Advance here, and welcome to a ship review. Now today, we are taking a look around the Aurora LN. Now that's the Legionnaire. Now this is, I would say, the fighter in the Aurora lineup. This one has a extra hardpoint, and also it has slightly bigger missiles as well. This is V2. I've made a video on this already. I'm calling it V2. V2 meaning the second video I've made on the LN. The original one I made was the older version, and V2, which I'm calling this video, is the newer one. And I'll show you some of the changes and also show you some of the differences between the other Aurora series as well. There are quite a few of the Auroras, more than most of the other ships in fact. Let's take a look around and I'll show you the differences as well. Now first off, obviously all the textures and everything's been changed. The main reason for the rework was there were some collision issues inside, problems with getting in the seat, there was all sorts of issues. A lot of this front end is changed now, where this arm is and where the weapon mounts are compared to before. And also it looks like the door collars and the inside's been changed as well, but we'll take a look when we get inside. Let's start from the front. Okay, viewing angle's not too bad, very similar to sort of the Constellation with that sort of boxed off section. Visibility, I would say, is probably better inside of here than the Constellation because you're actually sitting in quite a good area for visibility. The restrictions being clearly the bars in the screen. You can see that it's got these sort of bluey sort of green tint, and as you move around it sort of changes colour. Looks pretty nice. I like what they've done with the effects there, that lighting looks good, doesn't it? Steps come down there. We'll go in the door and have a look in a minute. The only reason that's down because I left it down because I popped in a minute ago. Carry on looking around. Now for some reason this one's not running through a damaged state, so it's always a good thing, isn't it? Now being the reworked one, there's no actual cargo stats listed actually on the RSI site at the moment, which is a bit of a shame. I know the normal cargo one has 6 cargo units. I'm not sure what this one's going to have. It's a container at the end of the day. The container's going to be the same with all of them, I should imagine. Unless there's a bigger container. Guessing there will be if the cargo one can carry more. We'll have to wait until the update stats page. Now one of the differences between the Aurora series is definitely the rear end. This rear section's actually different. I'll just put my cursor up here. This section here is actually different. Now I don't know if I've pulled out the ship, I can actually show you this on here. That one's different. And there actually is there is another one as well that is slightly different as well. One of the other ones. What have I got here? I think I've got the MR here. Okay. The other differences I noticed as well. It's only on this one, this difference here. See this engine here? If you look at that design there, that sort of line and little circle. Let me have a look around the back here. Line, and they've tried to replicate that in the rear engine. It's unique to this ship. Because I did take a look. I'll just stand here. Get ready. See what I mean? See that there? See, you can see there, look. Actually different. There is some other little subtle differences there as well, but nothing too significant. I have actually loaded all the other Auroras in the hangar and ran round and had a look to see, you know, the old spot the difference sort of thing. And the main one seems to be with this, particularly with these engines and the engine design. So they're not all the same. It's not like it's the Aurora series. They're all the same. This one's just got more hard points and that's it. They are actually different from a design point of view. Well, this one is anyway, which is pretty cool. So I think out of all of them, this one's probably the more unique one because it's in design significantly different. 2 points of entry as well, which is pretty cool. The only negative thing I would say about a ship like this is entry times and exit times, particularly if you're going to blow up or something. We'll talk about that when we go inside anyway. It's got these sort of green lights up there, look pretty cool. Really, look at these little baby legs. They look like little raptor legs, don't they? I'm not used to looking at like the smaller ships now. I'm looking at something like an elephant's foot. This thing is looks like it's going to snap. Looks very small, doesn't it? And then it's got one at the front there as well. I know some people call this the coffin of death. I think it wouldn't be like that if you could get out a lot faster. I think it's purely on the basis that it's the time to actually get out the blooming ship. We're going to take a look inside now. Now the 2.0 interaction system's in play. Everything's so much more fluid now. The latest patch has really resolved a lot of the issues in Hangar, definitely. I love this. It's fantastic. Much easier to use. Open the door. Now that door is freaking cool, isn't it? Do you see that little bit of shoot of air come out there as well? That was really cool, isn't it? They've done that. Subtle little things there just make it... I think I might have to close the door again to see it one more time anyway. That's probably... I don't know, guys. What do you reckon? The coolest door? Okay, let's open it again. I like that. Right, okay. And we're going to enter the ship now. Now, some of the issues it originally had was there were some clipping issues inside when you were moving around here. And in here, you felt like your shoulders were on rails and you were like this. And you could look this way. But now, look. There's a little... Okay, it's not massively different by any means, but... I think they've just improved the collision. This hatch has actually been redesigned as well. All of this section, this is totally different from the other one. I'll leave a link in the description as well. Take a look. If you want to go and compare like I did, I went and looked at my old review, which I'll leave a link. And I think I made that in 2015. And what you can do, watch them side by side and you'll see the differences. And it's a total overhaul. I mean, this is totally different. Particularly up the front here as well. Now, it does say min-max 1-1, right? But I know that Star Citizen are going to be implementing oxygen on the ship and how many people that it can physically support. But you might get away with someone else on this. I reckon you could do 2 people on this. I agree, the other person's not gonna have much to do, but they could lie down in the bed while you go and take them to pick their ship up, right? So you might even only get 3 people in, actually. I don't know how far the life support will go, and I suppose the other thing, you could wear your oxygen mask, couldn't you? Depending how long that's going to last. That's pretty cool. Look, you can actually see the inside of the guns there. Look at that. God, look at the detail in the bit you actually don't see. You would have thought they would just put a grey panel on that to reduce polys, no LED, wouldn't you? But oh no. Lots of changes in here. They did have a little RSI badges up here before. This is all changed. Seats changed as well. This one actually gets... I'm going to call it a special seat. I suppose it is a special seat. It gets like an orange stitch seat. The RSI now for all the ships are differently designed. You can't really see on this side. It's a shame you can't really see the seat because I tried to have a look, but the problem is when you actually go to get in, that you can't really see. It's orange. You'll see when I sort of sit on it. There's orange headrests and everything. So displays have been updated as well, which is nice.
Welcome to Roberts Space Industries. Enjoy the ride. System check.
The first thing that jumps out at me, or sitting in a lot of the other ships, particularly the ones pre-2.0, I mean this is, when I say 2.0, 2.0 being the interaction system, I'm really seeing the difference between when you design a ship when you've already got 2.0 or you add it as an afterthought. This was redesigned for 2.0 for the interaction system and it just seems to work really well.
Shields are off. Shields are on. Stand by for shields.
It's not going to really work that, guys, is it? You see what I'm getting at? Unless... I can't even read any of the text, I'm just guessing. What they could do is make it so when you click on this, it pops up in the screen. Do you know what I mean? Like as a virtual reality screen. And then you interact with the screen and you close it. I just think this is... You could do this. You can do that? I don't know. Or maybe that's what you're going to do. Maybe that is it. It's not the end of the world, is it? If you do that, can you look at that one as well? Yeah, you can. Yeah, I suppose you could do that, couldn't you? Just zooming in. A little tip as well. Someone told me in the organisation the other day. When you're walking along in Star Citizen and you're holding down W, if you scroll the wheel up, it actually makes you walk faster. And you can get to the point where you're nearly running by just holding down W. Little tip there. Made something really easy for me. So we got open exterior. Lock the ship, obviously. Oh, some really cool buttons here. Engine off, engine okay. We'll go over this side, power off. Pretty simple this, isn't it? This has all been redone as well. New seating position. So what do we think about the view, as this is supposed to be the fighter sort of one? Now the downside, what Star Citizen have highlighted recently, and I think we knew this to some instance anyway, ships are affected in atmospheric flight based on their aerodynamics. And I'm just going to throw it out there. Probably not one of the most aerodynamic ships in the game, is it? Okay, so viewing, let's have a look. It's actually pretty good, actually, I must admit. This is actually really good, isn't it? Actually much better than I thought from looking in from the outside. Do you see the difference now by placing the cockpit seat in this position and having these windows? If you're hovering now and you're doing a mission and you want to look down here, look, you can even line this up and look between your legs. If you're looking to pick someone up and they say, look, I'm over here, you don't have to tilt the whole ship to see them. This is really, really good. Hoping to see this on some of the other ships as well. It's one of the strengths of the, definitely of the Aurora series, because pretty much any of the other starter ships have a screen, right, that runs this line here, along this line. And some of them don't even go as far as this, right? So you're just getting like this section, maybe up to about here. This is pretty good, isn't it? You could be pretty sneaky with this. Okay, let's jump out. We can actually open this, is that? Bit disappointed that didn't make a noise, like, you know, like the old Star Trek opening door noise. I'm sure they had that later on. Now, for the people that don't know, the beds are pretty critical in Star Citizen. So if I was to get into that bed now and look up at the ceiling, it says exit. And that's basically exit and leave the game and save the game. So when you respawn back in this bed, in this ship. And that's the reason why the beds are in the ship. So having this, with the little bed there, pretty cool, I think. When you open the exterior, it opens both doors. I suppose it would be a bit complicated when it open left door, open right door. Could be a good little ship for picking people up, you know, if you're doing a mission and you want to pick something up and they're EVAing, and you just pulled up in this. It's almost like a mini Cutlass, isn't it? With these little doors. You just walk out, let's have a look. Alright, you can just jump out. It's pretty cool, isn't it? Block them ones up, let's have a look. Closed door. Oh, look. Alright, okay. That's interesting, isn't it? Why would you want to do that? I don't know. Suppose the options there, I suppose. I didn't realise that there was actually everything is very, very well done on this ship. What I mean, everything's smooth, works well. You saw in there, no clipping, got in the seat fine. The bed is fine. I know it's sort of going to ruin it with this bit, unfortunately. And it might be me just noobing out. I mean, I tried Alt F, I could get out of the bed, I got stuck in it. The exit button on the ceiling is course exit to save, and I just think that's a bug in Hangar at the moment, i.e. that although they have added exit in the PU in 3.0, they should probably remove it from the Hangar. So let's go back to what I was saying. Aerodynamics, yeah, it is a floating coffin, hence the reason it's the coffin of death. In atmospheric flight, it's not going to be particularly great. Difficult-ish to fly, I should imagine, because obviously the shape of it. There's no wings really, is there, to sort of give it that stabilisation. All in all, pretty cool ship, and I should imagine quite a few people have got the Auroras. I think it's up in there in the top 5 of ships owned. In fact, I think it is first. And it's not necessarily the LN, but all the other models as well. And I'll go through the other models, because they're all different interiorly as well. The seats are different, everything's different inside. Not a massive amount of difference on the front, is there, with the weapon loadout, with them bottom arms you can see there. Not a massive difference. Let's look at these guns. Okay, so that was quite misdeceiving, wasn't it? You're looking from that angle and it almost looks like it is the arm, isn't it? But look, they're actually here, look. That's pretty cool, isn't it? So all in all, the LN looks like a really, really cool ship. Well put together. Probably one of the best viewing angles of pretty much any ship in the game, isn't it really, to be fair? I can't really think of another one that is as good. We'll have to wait and see how the carrack turns out. Obviously for size, obviously that's a ridiculous comparison. But I like the LN, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. The final thing on the agenda today, guys, if you're looking to join a Star Citizen organisation, or you just want to come and talk about Star Citizen, just hang out, check out the link in the description as well. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye now.